going to be sharing my Mother's Day nails. So this Do My Nails With Me is going to be longer than my normal YouTube videos are, and I did that on purpose because I thought it'd be fun to share a barely edited version of this video. So yesterday I did 2 YouTube shorts that were Do My Nails With Me. One of them was for my left hand and one of them was for my right hand. And as I was editing those shorts, I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and share the full length, basically unedited version of my nail designs here. And yeah, let's just see what happens with it. I have actually been wanting to share videos like that because I think it's really cool when you see how long it takes someone to do a nail art design. Now, in this video, I'm actually using quite a few products from Manology. So I will have my coupon code as well as their website and all of the products that I'm using linked below. The only thing that's not from Manology, like stamping plate wise, is this lace one. I've had this one for years. I do love it, but I don't think it's available anymore, and I definitely need to find a new lace plate. So this rose plate and the Mother's Day plate, they were released back in March, I believe. And oh my gosh, I absolutely love this rose stamping plate. It is so, so pretty. Some of the best rose images that I've actually ever seen on a stamping plate, to be honest. And the image that I did on my thumb and my middle finger, that to me has become one of my all-time favorite stamped images that I have in all my stamping plates. It reminds me so much of like a vintage floral wallpaper, to be honest, and I absolutely love it. So that is definitely going to be a stamped image that I probably use on repeat in the future. So yeah. So normally when I go to do an nail art design, it takes me, I would say, probably, depending on what I'm doing, obviously, like if you're doing a bunch of freehanding, it's going to take you a lot longer. When you're doing a bunch of stamping and just some reverse stamping, it's going to go by a lot quicker because you don't obviously have to, draw anything. This design, I will be honest, I thought took me a half an hour to do because I just hit record on my phone and I just did both hands at the same time, and I was like, how long has my phone been recording? And then I looked at it afterwards and I was like, there is no way this is less than 13 minutes. So the longest part, I will say, when it comes to doing your nails, especially if you're a person that does not use gel or anything like that, is just the drying time of nail polish. I would say that is the most lengthy process of the design. And obviously, like waiting for reverse stamped images to dry, because you have to let them dry for a specific amount of time, because if you wait too long, they're too dry and then they won't transfer correctly and then they can crack. If you don't wait long enough, it can become gummy and it can stick to itself and it won't transfer properly and it'll smudge. So there's kind of like a perfect little amount of time that, in all honesty, unfortunately, is like a trial and error type thing. But like I said, I will have everything in the description box below. So my left hand is color coordinated to my mom's favorite colors, which are periwinkle and raspberry. And I got the raspberry stamping polish in March, I think. I saw that and I was like, ooh, that'd be really pretty for Mother's Day. But then I looked at it again, I was like, ooh, this would be really pretty for fall. So now that I have used this for Mother's Day, I'm definitely going to put it aside and use it again, mostly in the fall, because it's a really pretty fall toned raspberry color. And this Mother's Day plate was released in March, I believe. This, I actually think, is a really cute little stamping plate idea. I actually don't really see a whole lot of like Mother's Day type quotes on plates, and this one is really, really cute. Here, I was just using the lint roller to get all of the image that I did not want on the stamper off the stamper. I accidentally forgot to hit record there, so that's why I just showed you what that nail looked like. My grandmother's favorite color is purple. Now, she loves like the amethyst purple. However, I was like, you're not gonna be able to see any of like the writing on the nails if I do all dark purple. So I chose to do the lighter purple so that we could see the images. All right, next up, we're gonna go ahead and add the rose. Now, I did add a layer of sticky base coat just to make sure everything stuck properly. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp on the rose on the index finger. This rose image here as well, I absolutely love. It's a really cute little like corner of the nail image. Like I said, that rose stamping plate is by far one of my favorites now. So I'm going to go ahead and seal my left hand with the smudge-free top coat first, because I obviously do not want to smudge any of the reverse stamping that I did. Now, one thing I will say though is I am not going to guarantee that I'm going to be able to link everything for Manology here. And the reason why I say that is because I checked on their website a few days ago for something, and I noticed that some like the new releases for May, which will be a video coming up here in the near future, were already sold out. So I hope that the rose stamping plate and the Mother's Day stamping plate are still available, but if not, I'm sure that they'll restock it, and I'm sure you can get it then. But I absolutely love this. This is, like I said, one of my all-time favorite stamping plates now. And I will say this, I do plan at some point this year, I plan to do it before fall, but I don't know yet. I haven't decided when I want to do it yet, but I do want to make a video sharing my top like 10 favorite Manology products, like the must-haves in my collection. And to be honest with you, I love their products, and I'm not saying that because I'm an ambassador for them. I'm saying it because I honestly do love their products. I have tried out multiple stampers over the course of nail art, and these stampers from Manology are truly some of the best stampers that I have ever tried. And I have tried a lot, and I mean a lot, of stamping plates, and the Manology stamping plates are by far like the best stamping plates that I have ever tried. They transfer so nicely. They have really fun images, and I love them. Like, I actually have been like going in and getting like fall themed things, Christmas themed things, like Halloween type stuff. That way I have everything ready for when that time of the year hits this year, so I don't have to get anything last minute. And I am absolutely loving browsing their website. It's been so much fun to see everything that they had. And I got a new stamping plate, which I did not even know existed on their website, and I am so excited to try it. I will be sharing a Manology haul video in the near future. I have multiple videos actually for Manology coming up in the near future, which I'm very, very excited for. One of them is the May monthly Mani box, and I already absolutely love the theme of it, but I'm not going to share any spoilers. Alright, so once that smudge-free top coat was dry, I'm going to go ahead and add the regular top coat that I use. Now, I will be completely honest, I have really no idea if you can use a smudge-free top coat as a basic top coat. I would say no, because it's probably more designed to just protect your polish from smudging when you go to add your regular top coat. So that's why I do the smudge-free top coat. I let it dry, and then I do my regular top coat on top of it. So like I said earlier in this video, I wanted to do an unedited, like a barely edited version of this, because I thought it would be kind of fun to see how long it took me to do this design. And I actually saw someone do this a few years ago, and I thought it was a really interesting concept, because sometimes you look at someone's design and you're like, how long did that take that person? Like, I do that all the time. I'll look at something and I'll be like, how long did that take that person to do? And that was kind of like why I wanted to do this. So I am thinking about adding videos to my channel that are like do my nails with me, but like barely edited type thing. I also actually watched a YouTuber a couple of years ago who did another very interesting thing, which I'm also thinking about trying out because I thought the concept was very interesting. And that is, she actually wrote in the description box how long each step of the design took her to do. And I was like, that's really, really cool, because obviously stamped images, they don't take really any time. For me personally, like I said, the longest amount of time that I end up waiting is for, you know, the nail polish to be dry enough that it's not going to smudge. This stamper that I'm using right here is actually the top half of my shrinking stamper that I have. I love it. Not going to lie, probably my most used stamper at this point. I'm going to go ahead and add my smudge-free top coat to this nail as well. The only thing that I wish was a little bit different about the Mother's Day theme plate was obviously like you could write Happy Mother's Day and it can apply to both your mom and your grandmother. However, I do wish that there had been something that was more directed towards, grandmother on that plate. But, that's just my personal opinion. I love how these nails turned out. I thought they were really, really cute. And I absolutely loved the whole lace with the rose on top of it. My mother loves lace, so I wanted to include a lace design here, and I wanted to do the rose on top of it, and it is just so pretty. Obviously, you can of course do this with a matte finish if you want to. I'm choosing a shiny finish. So that is basically how I did my Mother's Day nails. So I hope that you enjoyed this longer version. It probably, I don't know if it looked kind of boring. There was definitely some parts of it that when I was doing this voiceover, I was like, you know what, should I go ahead and edit those out? But I was like, nope, we're just going to go ahead and leave it. So like I said, everything will be in the description box below. And that is it for this full-length, barely edited version of what my Mother's Day nails look like.